Attendees of MAGFest, the Let's Fight a Boss panel will now commence.
Okay, first of all, I'm going to ask for perfect silence as I speak. Anyone who says anything will be immediately removed from this panel. My name is John Walsh. Through a series of poor decisions on my part, I have come to be known as Super Eye Patch Wolf. Thank you. I'm about to introduce my two co-hosts, and I'm going to make a special request that their reception just be slightly quieter than mine, because I will literally never hear the fucking end of it. To my left, hailing from the dark skies of 1,000 exploding stars, it's Brian. That wasn't what we agreed. To my right, from the lesbian galaxy, it's Neve.
Hi.
We are Let's Fight a Boss. We are the world's strongest video game podcast panel. The format of this panel is going to be questions and answers. I'm going to assume I don't need to explain that. Good. Brian.
Yes.
What would you like to say to our live audience here?
That's a lot of people. You guys like podcasts? Okay.
How'd you feel about the game of the year?
Okay.
That Tunic, right? What a
Yeah,
game.
Tunic. Everyone seems to be really happy about Tunic.
Yeah.
The little game
I was
that
really
could.
rooting for Kirby personally. The little game that could.
Yeah.
We were going to do a little slideshow. Not quite a TED Talk, but I got some very, very embarrassing pictures. I want to expose ourselves before you ask some questions that I'm sure are very respectful and, yeah.
Brian, where did you get these photos?
I got these from Bebo. Do you remember that?
Okay.
Do you remember MySpace?
Okay.
We're old. All right, let's what do we got here? Okay.
Okay, first we have, this is Brian.
Hey, I'm Brian. I'm the cute one.
I'm Neve. Unfortunately, I'm the lesbian.
There I am. And of course, the shadow fourth member of the Boss Cast. It's Oni. Can we get a big round of applause for Oni? Where's that photo from, Oni? Was that your LinkedIn profile?
That's his LinkedIn profile photo.
Don't hire me, don't hire me.
All right.
Oh my God.
This is the origins. This photo is approximately 17 years old. It's a collage. Our bodies are different now.
Yeah.
So we are a video game podcast. We are from Dublin, Ireland. That is, where's that?
It's right there, Brian. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, there it is. It's a very small island, and only the bottom three quarters is the Republic of Ireland.
It's
now.
complicated.
Yeah, growing up in the 90s in Ireland, it was very quaint, very different, simpler times, I guess. I don't know. Dublin was okay.
My biggest memory of like 90s Ireland was Lara Croft Lucas Age, just plastered over every corner shop, and it was the sexiest, most beautiful thing. You could grow up in a Catholic town. It's just like, there's a bigger world out there.
I promise that is not the last time Neve will bring up Lara Croft this
No,
panel.
never.
Oh, God, different times.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have bins anymore. They took them away.
Yeah, no, they did. And that photo also has an extra vision. That's like the Irish version of Blockbuster. That's long gone.
Oh yeah, it's so
I used to
dead.
rent all my video games from there. It's €10 for a week rental. It's like how I played everything.
You okay, Brian?
Yeah, I think we need to pull the mics a bit closer.
To our face.
My mic keeps like doing this.
Flaccid.
Yeah, it's a bit flaccid. I don't know. I gotta. Yeah, that's Temple Bar. Actually, can you go back one photo? So that's Temple Bar. One time, me and John were standing around there, and this dude came up to us, and he was like, "How's it going?" And we were like, "Fine." And he was like, "So?" And we were like, "Yeah." And then he was like, "I think I'm getting some mixed messages." And we were like, "Okay."
What? Yep.
And then he left. And then 10 minutes later, we were like, "He was a drug dealer." We were just waiting for our friend. Like, we didn't know.
Yeah.
Temple Bar is mad.
Strange place.
Yeah. The buses don't look like that anymore.
Brian, you have so many pictures of Dublin.
Yeah, Brian, what is going on?
Me and you are not from Dublin.
Yeah, no. Can you show where Niamh's from? If you just go through there. Yeah, it looks more like that in like.
And there she is.
Yeah, no. Keep going. Yeah, there. It's picturesque,
There
but it
we go.
is. Yeah.
That is literally, that's Banagher Town. That is the town I'm from, and that is a very busy day. It may have been the horse fair.
I just want you to all like imagine being this growing up there.
I was the only gay in the village. That's Dunn Stores. That's where we got our pants for school.
Yeah. I think every kid in Ireland, they would go shopping there with their mom. That was kind of that was their life.
Whose phone is that?
Yeah.
That's quite all right.
Okay.
Oh man.
Okay, I just wanted this in the slide. Okay, so this is children's television in Ireland. You can see the two puppets there. That's Dustin the turkey and then Saki the sock monster. Ray is the human man that hosts the show. That woman, that's Mary Robinson, the president of Ireland.
We sent that turkey to Eurovision.
Yeah.
He sang in a toilet, and we came not last.
Yeah, no, he's a good puppet.
Yeah, he was a good puppet.
Who likes puppets? Come on, puppets are great.
They're pretty
Yeah.
good. They're pretty good.
I think it's very important to say that it's not John's father and John's mother like I initially thought.
Okay, so this is me as a kid. I've always been a Nintendo-loving piece of shit. That's just who I've always been. That's John.
I've always been pretty cool, as you can tell. That's my dog Tiggy. She's dead now.
And that's me. I've been always repressed by Catholic imagery.
Okay, growing up in the 90s, this was the Super Nintendo we had in Europe. It looks like the Japanese version, but it says Super Nintendo. So it's got the best of both worlds. And then this is the Sega Mega Drive, not Genesis. What the fuck is that? So yeah, like we're like ye, but not.
Yeah.
But I guess we've always been playing video games. I guess these aren't actually recent photos either. These are like 15 years old as well.
There's Neve and her rats.
That's my rat. In college, I was so desperate for animals that I got rats because I needed the love of a dog, and they were close. So that's like Bismarck, my rat.
There's John in his element.
You're just the hardcore gamer.
Yeah. See, look, John, you've always. There they are. It's Super Eye Patch Wolf. That's me. That's my stuff. I don't do the first person shooters. I don't know about those. Niamh does though. Like Niamh is the like military shooter.
This
gamer.
is my Xbox Me. Is that what they were called? I don't know. It still looks pretty much like me.
Avatar?
There we go. Doing
Yeah.
Noctis before Noctis existed. Probably playing Condemned.
What's wrong, Brian?
I was really excited for GTA
wait.
5.
This is me and John in college.
Yeah, that's still one of my favorite photos.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. Let's get some advice up there. Okay. I tried to make these RPG related. So first one, party. Very important in a podcast. It's better to do it in a group.
So this is your advice on how to start a video game podcast.
Or just a podcast in general.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. What did I say there? It's a lot more fun with others, especially if you all have different viewpoints. Cannot stress the different viewpoints. The arguing is like probably the best part of our content.
Yeah, sometimes I just make up opinions just so we can fight.
Yeah.
I haven't played Tunic. Seems cool though.
Yeah. Second one here on the stats. Do not worry about the technical side of things. Like as you can see, we've had a few goofs and fuck ups. That's part of the charm, honestly. Keep it simple. The equipment will develop along with the show. And then I guess, yeah, that kind of relates into the experience. Like our first 30 episodes. Yeah.
Boring.
I think it also helps to have a YouTuber on your side. Like, to be real.
Thanks, Neve. It was all an accident.
Yeah. No. Like John really failed upwards.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
And we came with him.
So yeah, we all met in college. I'm just going to call it cartoon college. We all studied animation, but like it's cartoon college. And this is what we used to use to take photos. These are called digital cameras. They're not around anymore. And when you took a photo, the quality looked like this. It was always like really shaky. But yeah, that's pretty much animation college. I use that one because you can't identify anyone because of how awful the photo. Like that's not good quality. Simpler times.
Yeah, it was all really analog. We weren't even doing digital animation at the time.
John, you're playing Street Fighter 4.
So this was the animation devs, and this was an entire ruse we made up to trick two people into going out together. Looking back, it was really like mildly psychotic.
Oh, it was,
Yeah.
but we all dressed up in
Yeah.
tuxedos and
Yeah.
suits. I think I look pretty good. I think there's one of me. Yeah, that's me there. That was my hair. But yeah, that's a typical animator setup for the most part.
Oh, this is me in Neve Cognito. I don't know where Brian
thanks,
got these
Brian.
photos.
I just
Yeah,
really like. You're a happy fella.
We can hit the next slide on.
Yeah. See?
No.
Come on, that's a good photo,
Now
John.
that we have to make a Discord emoji.
Like, come on, look at that. Isn't that badass?
Thank you.
Look how fast I'm going.
You look like a Deftones cover.
Yeah.
See, always been cool.
Keep them on beers.
I should have taken that one out.
Thank you, Brian.
That's pretty cool.
That's me and Rebecca. There we are. Having a great time. Rebecca does our Game of the Year art every year. Mm-hmm. That's me.
Yeah, it's okay. Whoa.
Noctis.
I baked a cake that night.
Okay, John.
Here you can see Brian's rebellious spirit.
Okay, this photo is from 2009. I will tell you another year later.
That was me on a night out. I don't know where Brian took these from.
That's us at the airport. Not recently.
No.
Yeah, more nuggets of advice.
Oh my god.
Okay, I was saying this and he was like, yeah, no, you're right. Identity. Cannot stress this enough. It's okay to just rip on someone else's stuff. We're just copying Giant Bomb.
yeah, pretty much.
And so I do need I think it's cool to have
I work for them now, so I might have to need to remove that part retroactively.
a good balance of, your originality, but it can't be completely original. That's impossible. So
Brian, 75 seems like a high number.
Okay.
Like, where are you getting that from?
well, I thought 66.7% was a weird number, but maybe that's
so
more
you're
accurate.
really generously rounded up.
Yeah. The structure is very important. You've no idea, like the strategy talk. What's the?
I came up with all of those. I'm just saying. I was like, we need a structure. We're going to do it RPG based. That was mine. I think it works really well.
No, it works. So we have a Google Doc and we fill it in, and then we do the show, and we're like, oh yeah, it works. And then the publish. You make a schedule, stick to it. This was probably the hardest thing. This was like committing to jogging.
Well, it's like we didn't miss an episode for 4 years or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we got old.
Yeah. It was fine in our 20s, but now we're a different age. We're not 20. But I think if you're doing a podcast yourself, do try and stick to a schedule. It'll get easier. But the first couple episodes, maybe the first 30 episodes, it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
Okay? We all started working in animation. That's me working. See, I work hard. So we all started listening to podcasts while working because podcasts got real big in the 2010s, and we all happened to be working in the same animation studio. And we thought, wouldn't it be real fun if we did a video game podcast that we and 3 other people could listen to? Okay, and I really like the Halloween parties. This is John.
There's no way to tell who that is.
That's John and that's half of Niamh. There's yeah, look there we are. I'm not there, but Rebecca's there, so that's cute. Okay, next photo is real important. This is the first ever photograph with all three of us in it. You can see John in the foreground. Can you enhance? That's me. In the background, can you zoom out? Can you enhance again? That's Niamh. It's a really good first
It's a great photo. Yep.
Yeah, that's a podcast. I had to blur the children out because you don't want to do that. But yeah, this is
God,
John. This is the Kings of New York.
Yeah.
We drank a bottle of vodka each. Do you remember we could do that?
Yeah, I remember.
And that's some salsa that we found. I think we had it.
Oh, this is my cosplay of Caesar from JoJo's, and John did Joseph.
And you could see his belly button.
Yeah, it was really good.
That's us. That's for a show that nobody's seen. Next. Yeah, but
Hell yeah.
I do need to stress that we were just pieces of shit that liked anime and worked in animation, and like that's us. That's us like a week before we did the podcast.
Oh no way, God.
And I guess that's kind of more like that's Let's Fight a Boss.
Yeah, that was our first photo of the three of us together as Let's Fight a Boss.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably like late 2015, early 2016. But there's confidence. This is our first bit of audio recording equipment. We would plug it in and see how it says low and high. Some episodes were set to low for my voice, and then some episodes were set to high for Niamh. Mm-hmm. And we would alternate every second episode as to who sounded better. John always sounded good.
Yep.
Don't do that, please.
And that's the first episode. We started using YouTube as our platform.
June 2015.
And how many views does it have, Oni?
172.
We didn't have a name then by episode 2. Did we? Yeah, there we go. John,
I did the artwork for episode 2.
Yeah, no, yeah. So before John used to do the artwork, now Niamh does it.
I'm seeing that it dropped down to 76 views.
Okay. And then episode 3?
There we go. That's my artwork for the first go at the logo.
Yeah, because, and I think these were all like 2 weeks in between. So like already we had like enthusiasm. I wish I had enthusiasm, but has that got a good number? The previous slide?
Oh, 103. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's
up
good.
and up, and it's a grand.
Some people were like,
logo.
I'll try it again.
Yeah. No, but yeah, it was super cool to pretend we had a podcast. I took a photo. Yeah. So that's me pretending we had a podcast on my phone. Yeah. Okay. Here's the best bit of advice.
Brian, how many of these slides are there?
This is the second last one.
Okay.
Speech. Who knew that was important on a podcast? But what I mean about that is passing the conversation back to each other, speaking clearly, not speaking too fast, because that's a thing Irish people have a problem with.
Yep.
But yeah, and also not talking over each other. I think we were real bad.
No, you really don't want to do that.
No. And yeah, keep it realistic. Don't be a perfectionist. Mistakes can be fun. And I think that's a part of the thing. Like, there's two kinds of podcasts. You get the overproduced ones, and they could be good. But I like the kind of public access feel that you get to other ones that feel more genuine and authentic. And it's more personable, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've always said that we feel like pirate radio or something.
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't be listening to it.
Yeah, and then, yeah, I guess the audience, like, I need to stress we did not think we had an audience, but that will build organically, or maybe have someone be a YouTuber. But yeah, it kind of goes beyond your control. Is that something you would agree with, John?
Well, like, I think even if you just want to do a podcast with a couple of your friends, and like even if you only do like 5 or 6 episodes, how fucking cool is that going to be to have in like 7 years?
Yeah.
Like even if it never goes anywhere. So yeah, I always stress like building an online audience is difficult, but even if it didn't come to this, I think we'd still be super glad we did it.
Oh yeah, no,
like
we never thought about building an audience, and I think that's the best bit of advice about building an audience. Don't build an audience.
I think I've always felt like even when we're old and stuff, I'd like to listen back on this. So if you do a podcast with your friends and then you have something to listen to in 20 years where you've terrible opinions and you're just like, what the fuck was I thinking? It's a nice time capsule that you can have with your buddies.
Totally. Yeah.
But yeah, we podcasting. So this is our second bit of equipment. We still use my iPad, but this is a better microphone. Around episode 31, we kind of got into the groove. That's the more recognizable logo. And then we started doing kind of splashbacks on the logo. And then that's the first time we commissioned my partner, Rebecca, to do the artwork for Game of the Year. And we ended up putting the podcast on an RSS feed, so you could actually listen to it on a podcast app, which is good. And we got like boards, and it felt like we were doing a podcast. Like, look at that confidence. And that's John's Blue Yeti mic from when he started doing the YouTubes and stuff. And it felt like we were faking it, but it was real.
Still kind of feels like we're faking it.
Yeah, no, one time Neil rang the group chat by accident.
I was
She
so
was
high.
so high. Oh my god.
We wouldn't let her hang up, so I gotta screenshot this. We all started playing the same games. That didn't work out well. No. This is our first fan meetup. There's 9 people in this photograph. 3 of them are us. So it's cool to see more than 6 people here tonight.
Yeah, thanks everyone for coming.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Last bit of advice, we have to have the attitude because sometimes we do an episode and it's a bad episode, but we just have to think, look, we'll do another episode in 2 weeks' time. It's going to be okay. Don't overthink it. It's a podcast. And then with the flavor, I think this is just anything for any creative. Nobody is going to like everything, so don't worry about people saying, "Oh, this sucks," because someone else is going to love it. Like, it's media. Mm-hmm. And then, I guess if you're doing your own podcast, it's your own motivation, I guess. What kind of podcast do you listen to? Does one you like exist yet? Or if it does exist, what's something you can do? Because I guess our thing is we're Irish. You got to put a personal twist on it. But yeah, I guess that's us now. That was us back in 2018, and that's kind of how we look now. And that's our local barcade token. Look, there's John. That's our current audio setup. Does that look pretty familiar?
It was.
Yeah, we got these. I've just figured out how to use this. Do I need to turn down one of them?
John's. Especially when he says strongest.
But that's the best part.
The worst part is when it clips.
I don't know. I like our setup. Aww. Yeah, look, we're having a good time. I look shorter there for some reason. We're all the same height. I have terrible
5'7.5", yeah.
I have terrible posture. But yeah, we started going to cons and we felt like, we were real. Mm-hmm. That's, this is me. This is who I am. And Niamh learned how to
Yeah, that's me.
She learned how to play the piano. That's us doing a Let's Play. I like the Kirby Let's Play we did. That was fun. I like Kirby. See, look, there's John with the cartridge. We just really like video games. We just really... okay, so Niamh, can you explain the mukbang origin?
I don't know what the mukbang origin was other than I really wanted to eat a lot of food. It was let's do a mukbang.
Niamh said it in an episode and we hadn't agreed to it. And we had to just sort of go, okay, yeah, let's do a mukbang. But it was really fun to do and the food was amazing. Yeah. But yeah, that was a really fun Patreon stretch goal. And yeah, people started doing fan art of us.
That's when things got surreal.
It's so cool to see us distilled. I'm always wearing the cap. I actually I don't wear a pink cap, but I had to get one. But yeah, it's cool to see us distilled into cartoon form.
I love when people panic with me and they just draw boobs. They're like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's I love that one just because you could tell who each one of us is. Hell yeah.
Brian, you promised me this image wouldn't be here.
Yeah, but I promised Niamh it would.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I love that one.
Yeah.
Hey, an Elden Ring. Who knew that was going to be a big deal? You can actually see him actually listening to the podcast there. But I'm saying sorry, John. This is just before COVID as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that's me a couple years back, and I think is that a more recent photo? The next one? No, that's
About the same.
about the same. There's Neve in her element. That's not a filter. No, that is okay. John, that's the fence you used to have to go through.
Oh my God, yeah. I don't know if we have time for that story, but there's a story behind that fence.
Ask about it.
Yeah.
Listen to the 3 or 4 episodes that it's been in.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's from like 2 days ago.
God damn it, Brian.
And then that's our. Can we get a big, now, Oscoelga in Irish, a big bula bus for our lovely editor? That's right. Like, come on. Hell yeah.
Way better.
We would not be doing this podcast without this guy. That's a behind the scenes. You always got to do the behind the scenes photos. But yeah, like, despite COVID, we're still going strong. I think we've all had COVID.
Yep.
Yeah.
That feels like a long time ago, everyone.
Yeah. But yeah, that photo's from like 2017. That photo's from like 2019. That photo's from like 2 months ago.
Aww.
Like, we've been around. That photo, I love that photo. Because you don't realize I'm in the background in the first one. And yeah, like, we are going to be playing video games till we're very, very old. I think that's it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Brian. Wow. That was like 15 minutes ago.
Yeah. We will continue to be the strongest. Thank you.
Neve, I believe you had a little section you wanted to...
First Love by Andrea Gibson. I don't think I've ever really kissed any boys. I think my tongue was just punching their tongues. But as soon as you loved me, all my calluses went away. My hands so soft it hurt to pray. You'd pick me up at my Catholic college, and I'd sleep for hours until we reached your house. The first time in my life I've ever rested.
Neve,
The
come
first
This is like the
time
shittest
I
thing I've
didn't
ever
have
heard.
to play a role I'd never really wanted to get. That's the medicine it is, to be finally seen by someone.
How do we stop her?
I'd crack a smile and you'd point to my chest and say, "What just broke?" I'd throw my body in the river, but you'd say my name right, and I'd become a stone that skipped.
We're going to do some question and answers now, folks. I guess anyone who has a question, if you'd like to start queuing up in front of that mic, be brave.
Yeah.
Because at the end, everyone's going to be like, I wish I'd answered a question.
You can ask for more lesbian poetry. I will give that to you.
I'm going to put away the whistle slide. That's me. Was there someone...
Oh, is Deku here? Deku, would you mind standing up, please? Get out. That is all. You there, sir?
Can I ask 2 questions?
No.
Okay.
Sure.
First, everyone loves Wrestle Talk, so if Brian and Neve had to do a kind of topic that nobody else gave a shit about, what would it be?
Oh, that's good.
Lesbian
I love
poetry.
Wrestle Talk. I love Wrestle Talk, but the other 2 don't give a shit.
You're Aaron, yeah?
Yeah.
See, I know our fans. I want a Game Boy Corner. I just want to talk about Snow Brothers.
Who in Final Fantasy is gay, and lesbian poetry corner, which I tried to do and the boys ruined.
Second question. Can you put a map out of where in the Phoenix Park John took a shit?
That's a pretty high patron tier, I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Hi.
I love your cosplay.
Thank you. My question's more for John because he's the Wrestle Boy.
See, people like it. I can still do it.
Yeah. Well, your video about the Golden Lovers made me cry.
Oh, thank you.
So with Vince McMahon now coming back to WWE, how do you feel that that's going to affect the business going forward?
So pretty good up until about 3 hours ago when Vince McMahon has reinstated himself back into WWE. Feeling pretty bad now, but I mean, up until then, actually, everyone else asking a question can sit down. I think if we go through like point by point, WWE has been much improved, and things are gonna get weird from here, but hopefully it stays good.
Okay, thank you.
Hi.
So, hi. Do you have any, I know your like first ever game of the year was Lost to Time, but do you have any like memories from it, like any like Undertale arguments?
So it was Undertale versus Life is Strange.
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the most heated battle for number 4 ever.
I was very dogmatic about like there not being gay characters in media, and I was like, this is important even if it's bad. And John was
Shaka bra.
like Undertale, something, choices in media, morality.
I think our number 1 game was Metal Gear Solid 5
Yeah.
Phantom Pain. Our number 2 was Bloodborne, and I think now it should have been Bloodborne.
It would have been
definitely.
definitely
because,
Bloodborne.
question.
because
Yeah.
I've just been mentally processing that game for like 8 years now.
What was number 3?
Life is Strange, and number
No,
4
it
was
wasn't.
Undertale.
It didn't win.
I think it might have been. No, I can't remember.
I can't remember. It was a really good one that no one will ever hear.
It wasn't Splatoon.
Yeah.
We got a guy who emailed us who said he found the lost episode.
We were so
And
I
we
was
were
so
so
excited, and I
happy.
brought them over, and I hit play. It was fucking Rick Roll. Oh, it was so.
But like,
Like, he
I think
fucking got
we
us.
were all like, fair play. Like, that was good. That was good.
Like, it's real hard to Rick Roll someone these days, and he fucking did it.
yeah.
He named
guys-
the file how we name files as well.
That was so
Yeah,
good.
it was very.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Howdy.
Howdy.
I guess out of the Garfield cast, what do you think is your like counterpart?
Normal. People hate normal.
I'm John Arbuckle.
He's the punching bag. Come on. I'm sorry, John.
You're just Garfield.
Oh, I'm Garfield. No, like our whole relationship for the last better part of 2 decades is I'm his sleep paralysis demon. But I do a podcast with him.
Yeah.
And live very close to his house.
Brian's my sleep paralysis demon. If occasionally you message your sleep paralysis demon and be like, "Do you want to come over and play Super Nintendo?"
All right. Thank you.
Actually bought you guys a board game called Brian Boru.
Called
And
what?
Brian Boru.
Oh,
Hiking
Brian
of
Baru. Yes.
Yeah. It's
The
a
Brian
German
Baru
game.
Bridge. He's a Cork Viking.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a German game about becoming the Hiking of Ireland. Is
Yeah,
there
yeah.
a way for me to post it to you, or can I give it to you later?
You can give,
Yes.
Totally give it to
You
us.
can give
Yeah.
it to us now if you want.
Yeah, I
Thank
also
you.
brought you a book, and the main character's name is Neve.
Oh, really?
And I've never run into that before.
Okay,
Yeah,
if everyone
learn.
else who asked a question also wants to give us their gift, because we
Yeah.
forgot.
You know what?
You can give me.
Come here for a sec. I have a gift for you. Here, it's got a packet of Irish crisps, potatoes. We got a curly whirly.
Yep.
We got, we have a pog in there because I was talking about pogs. So that's the actual pog, and a Kirby toy. So yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
I had these crisps. I had these crisps when I was in the army, and they stopped us over in Ireland. This is great.
Yeah, no, hell yeah.
So when's the meetup? Can I give you guys the?
We should do a meetup after this.
Yeah, we'll be doing a meetup
Yeah.
after this, so
Yeah.
people can come and say hi.
We'll probably do it outside. Hopefully, it's not a fire hazard.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if it is, that'll teach them to not bring us as guests.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
little
okay.
nervous.
Take your time.
That's okay. Don't worry about it.
All right, since all three of you are artists, my question, I kind of have two questions in one. One, have you ever had any extended dry spells in terms of creativity? And if you have, do you have any tips? I've been in one for about a year now.
Yeah, like absolutely. My tip for that was just I would set a timer on my phone and it would be draw for an hour. And even if it sucked, if I managed to draw for an hour, maybe at the 40-minute mark, something would click and I would keep going with it. And it would happen rarely, but at least I'd have stuff started, and if it got to that point, it would happen. So if you're writing or drawing or whatever, set a timer, do it for an hour, and something might come from it.
I've got one. This is really handy if you have a sketchbook or a notebook. So this is for writing or drawing. Start in the middle of the sketchbook. I think there's a lot of pressure when you're doing the first page and you're like, what do I do? If you start in the middle of the sketchbook and work your way out, when it's filled up, you don't know which is the first drawing. And I think that alleviates a lot of the pressure.
Totally. I think art is the feelings you get while you're making it. And I think sometimes like we just get so focused on like how it's going to be received by other people, or like what it's going to mean to them as opposed to what it means to us. So for example, Wrestle Talk is about me. I don't care what anyone thinks, and it's staying in the podcast.
Fair.
So I would say like it's about what it means to you. Just enjoy the process of doing it, and don't be focused on like how it's actually going to turn out. Yeah.
Thank you for the advice.
No problem.
Love you guys.
Love you too.
I love your work, I should say.
No, that's okay. It's all
You
right.
can love us too.
That was a great question. Thank you.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Two questions for you. So for Neve and for Oni, we have seen Brian's collection and we've seen John's collection piecemeal in various pieces of video. Will we ever see your collection in your collection?
Yeah, we can show. My collection is honestly mostly Lara Croft memorabilia.
It's insane.
Yeah.
I told you Lara would come back.
I know. That and like JoJo Bizarre Adventure action figures, like the super action statues. I have a lot of them, and a lot of Snoopy stuff, and that is mostly my collection, but I'd love to show it on video. And Oni, what do you collect?
Oh God, everything is embarrassing. Honestly, I just keep it like locked away in like a little chest. Like every video game I have, all of the amiibos. When I have to like dust everything off, I'm just like, why do I have so many toys? Yeah, I'll show it. All right.
Yeah.
And the second one is keeping with the title of the podcast. What are your favorite boss fights?
Oh man.
Like the first one that comes to mind is always Vicar Amelia.
Yeah, that's so cool.
I just love a dog,
I beat Orphan of Kos like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, hell yeah, I did it.
Our favorite boss fights.
Yep.
I think anything from Software is going to be good. I really love Mark's from Kirby Superstar, Milky Way Wishes. I just think like the fact that you're fighting something that looks kind of like Kirby, but like a corrupted opposite. There's a real awful, creepy, eldritch spectacle to all that.
The Senator from Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, Senator Armstrong.
Yeah.
That's just
Nanomachine,
peak.
son.
Yeah, it's so good.
Since I'm wearing a Final Fantasy 13 t-shirt by Tandalus, I just love that it's 3 Pope heads singing. It's like, it's cool. It's like really cool.
And Oni?
Out of recent memory, I really love the was it Chaos Elfin fight?
Yeah, that's such a good boss fight, especially the post-game one.
Okay, hold on. I really liked it
Brian, shut the
because I beat it on my first try, which means that I'm better at Kirby than Brian.
Oh wow. That's so.
So we're not going to be doing the podcast anymore because
No, we are. We're just going to be looking for a new editor.
Yeah, new editor, please. If anyone, yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much, Christian from Toronto. See, I know our fans.
Can you guys tell us the fence story?
The fence. Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna like speed run this story so people have. Okay, so I came to MAGFest my first time like 7 years ago.
Yeah, about 7.
I was doing an artist alley by myself. I had no one with me. I found a really nice Airbnb. They were really, really like cool. They ordered me food the second I got there. But when I did get there, I was using like my old Facebook profile, and so they had taken my name from that. So they had a big banner that said "Welcome to MAGFest, Joho." Then I was like, oh God, I have to correct them immediately or this is going to stick. And then the woman was like, Joho, welcome. And she gave me a big hug. And I was like, oh God, oh God. And then she introduced her husband. He was called Keith. And he was like, Joho, pleasure to meet you. And I was like, oh, Jesus. They had a giant fridge that I was just allowed to eat as much food as I wanted from. And everything seemed cool. But I was starting to get worried that they were going to like hunt and kill me because this was all way, way too strange. And every day I'd have to get to MAGFest by climbing through that fence. But then eventually it dawned on me what was happening because this was like no money at all. I was out at a Taco Bell and I was with Keith, the husband, and he was asking me about Michelle, who is my partner, who we are getting married next February. But this was 7 years ago, and me and Michelle had been together 10 years, and he goes, 10 years? When are you going to marry that? And I was like, what? And then he goes, you see, Joe-Ho, God only ordains that which has been vilified in his light. And I was like, what?
You've not even gotten to the hole in the fence yet.
They were a born-again Christian family who used their Airbnb to recruit people. And the hole in the fence was what I would climb through basically every day to get to MAGFest. And 3 years ago at MAGFest, I was like, do you want to go find the Johnsons? That was their name.
Yeah. Because like the only way to get to MAGFest is by like a car. Like there's no sidewalk. Yeah. And so you found a hole in the fence that was to a separate suburban area that was either a 15-minute drive or a shortcut through that fence.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Thank you for the question. Hey.
Hey. So, first off, big fan. I love you guys. So, it's clear y'all have chemistry, and I was wondering, was that like developed over time, or did it just come naturally?
I'd say a bit from like there was always like a
mix.
natural chemistry between us, but I think like learning to use it on the podcast just came really, really gradually. You know, and like now it's weird when I podcast with people who aren't Brian and Neve, because sometimes it's like the metaphor I always use, it's like tossing someone a ball, and if they don't know how to catch it, they just kind of stand there, and you're like, okay, next topic, you know. But like that's never a problem with either of these guys.
Yeah, like for us, we kind of know how to play with each other. We know when to riff, and we know when not to go too far. We kind of know our boundaries, which is important as well.
Very nice.
And it's definitely grown over the episodes for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, and Brian,
especially like when you build up in jokes and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Because Brian and John were in the year ahead of me in college, so I didn't really know them that well. And it took a while to get there. But now we're here.
And my name is Brian too, so you know what's up.
What's up, Brian?
Is yours spelled with an I or a Y?
An I.
Oh, that's much better.
Thank you.
I don't. Well.
Yeah.
Okay, Brian.
We'll fight afterwards. Nice. And I'd love to take a photo of you all after this, so you know.
Brian with a Y, it's faster to write because you don't have to dot the I. Just saying.
Hello. So, Brian, one of my favorite videos from the Let's Fight a Bossy channel is you going through your collection.
Oh, thanks.
I was wondering if, since that video came out, there was anything that you've added to that that's like really special to you, or that you're just really proud of.
Today in the okay, so I was in the trade hall last couple of days. I'm gonna shout out Regen. They're the best retro game seller. They're in the back corner. I just got a GameCube game called Go Go Hyper Grind, which only came out in America. It didn't come out in Europe or Japan. And it's a skateboarding game with these really awful cartoon characters. And I never thought I would ever be able to play this. I'm not even sure if I want to play this, but I can't wait to put it in my collection. I recently moved house, and I was able to set up a dedicated Bloodborne space. And like, I'm very proud of that.
It's pretty cool.
That's awesome. And I wanted to say real quick, love you guys. And John, you got me into Gantz, which is now my favorite manga. So thank you for that.
So good. I'm so sorry, but it's so good.
Gantz is the shit. Hell yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm sorry, this is a bit stressful.
Don't worry about it.
First of all, John, I'm like the whole 1 Million Mountain, that whole video, like the influencer course. My name is Andrew, and the person you named, who the anonymous hater is, also named Andrew. And when I watched that video, I had to basically physically stop and like, then I was like kind of losing my.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No. I'm just like, it just happens a lot. Andrew's a very common name, but I did actually have a question about like art, I guess.
Go for it.
So like I like make a lot of music in my free time. Like I've been doing it for about 5 years, but I've also been trying to do writing. And it got me curious about like, since y'all do art primarily, what are some like, I guess, secondary like art forms that you do? And also, how do you feel like music influences your work? Because I know
that's a really good question. So what are the secondary art forms we do, and how does music influence our art?
Like, music is definitely something that gets you hyped and motivated. I love when you find like a specific track and it's visually there, even though it's just audio. That's like a real kick.
I use a lot of music when I'm editing, because a lot of the time it'll really shape the tone of a section I want it to have. Like even sometimes I'll be like redoing a section, redoing it, and then I'll like find the right piece of music and be like, oh, this is how I want to talk about Roman Reigns. That's a spoiler for the next video, by the way. I also write like really sad little piano songs and then don't ever let anyone hear them.
Like tempo, if I'm doing an illustration that's sad or happy, like you put on the right music and you get into the vibes and you're like, you listen to PJ Harvey and you're like, man, this is the saddest drawing I've ever done.
But yeah, thank you so much. And I love the podcast. Love y'all guys. Keep doing the good work.
No, dude, come here for a sec. I think you're all right. Have a prize.
Hey guys, Miguel from Boston. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't have a question, and then John said, "Don't be shy, come up here, you'll regret it," and I took that as a personal challenge.
Here we fucking
so
go.
now that I'm up here, how did you guys all seem to care a lot about what you do? How did you guys kind of find your passion, and how has it evolved over time? For example, John, I know yours, you went from animation to video creation and whatnot. So open floor for everybody, I guess. How has it evolved over time?
That's a great question.
Yeah, really good.
Like, considering you didn't have a question, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I'm very good at improv.
Yeah, no, you are. Yeah, actually, improv is a big motivator.
I don't know what I'm doing. Like half of the time I'm just going with the flow and like trying to do what makes me happy. I always think in any moment what could make me 10% happier, and I kind of go in that direction. I can't say it's really worked out for me, but but generally I try and just do what I think feels right and like go with that vibe.
I think just try as much stuff as you want to do. I always remember like I went and I trained to be a pro wrestler for like 6 months, and what was crazy about it was like that just seemed impossible to me before I did it. And then I was like, what if there's like a wrestling school near me? And I just went and I looked it up, and there was one like within 2 miles. And then that Wednesday I was like training with wrestlers, and that was like so interesting and so fun. The only reason I gave it up is because I was like, well, I'm doing this podcast and I like doing that, and I feel like I can only really commit to one of these things. And here I am. But I think just anything you think seems interesting, you're not going to lose anything by spending a week researching it or going to a class or whatever. And like, you know, you're never going to like be worse off even if it doesn't work out, because then you know that's not something you want to do. But that just eliminates the options for you finding the thing you actually give a shit about, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know. What
Brian, the other two answers, so you have to answer.
What was the question?
How do you find what you're passionate about?
Oh, I guess it's if I get giddy, if I know there's going to be a funny story at the end of it. You work your way backwards.
Absolutely. Oni, I know you're a video editor. Can I open it up to you as well?
Sure. So, like, editing is only my side hustle. In my main job, I'm like a translator and localization producer. So, for that, like, I would just say always ask what your peers are doing. Learn from your peers. Always ask questions. Be as kind as you can. You know, always remember that nobody's time, what do I want to say? Like, their time is not entitled to you. So just remember to be kind, be curious, and always kind of piggybacking off of what John said, trying things out.
Gotcha. Awesome.
Yeah, hustle, loyalty, respect, John Cena. That's what you just said, Oni.
Yeah, you love wrestling.
So much so often.
Word. Thank you guys. Love y'all.
No, thank you.
Love you too.
Hi guys,
Hey.
big fan like everyone else here. Neve, that Trinity shirt you had on there was sick. That was a banger.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Question. The first episode I ever heard was a Halloween episode you did, and I can't remember the year, but you were like in a hospital, an abandoned hospital, or something like that.
Really old episode.
Wow.
Yeah. Was that? That hooked me. I thought that was sick that you did that, but like I gotta know if it was real or was it a bit? Were you guys?
I don't think we're going to tell you.
Why would we do a bit like that? Like, that's like, we're Irish and we take ghosts seriously. Like, we would not upset the spirits. We would not wake the dead.
That question was mildly offensive. Just
Okay, so y'all were there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
we're real. We would never lie on the internet. Nobody has ever done that on the internet.
Well, it worked very well. Thank you.
Best of luck, buddy.
Thank you.
Hey.
Hi, I have a bit of a cough, so I'm sorry. Happy New Year. I wanted to ask each of you, do you have a motto or a word that you want to manifest for 2023? It could be like adventure, love, inner peace, Pikmin 4 release, no delays.
Okay, piggybacking off that, patience. That's my word, patience. I have to be patient this year.
Fun. I just want to do things that are fun.
Revenge.
Whoa!
I'll say empathy.
I love that. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And I actually have a gift. It may not be a queen, but I'll give you the egg of the king.
Oh, wow.
We got a gift for you.
That's so cool.
That's
Wow.
a really good present. Why did John get a present?
Yeah.
I have some Vaseline if you.
What's your question?
Yeah, I'm Adam from Michigan. I didn't think of a question when I got here, but now I do have one. As someone that has a 9-to-5 job, I'm not going to ask how do you find the time to consume all this media, but how do you will yourself to consume it without like just leaving halfway through a binge or just dropping a game and not picking it up again? Like, do you put yourself in a state of mind, or is there? Like
I mean, with the
environment?
dropping stuff, like if you don't enjoy it, don't play it.
Yeah, you
Like,
can bail.
Yeah, no, like time is the most valuable asset we have.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't be wasting your time.
Saying
You should
that,
be
I
enjoying your
finished
time.
the Callisto Protocol. But that was that was like 8 hours. It wasn't too bad. But like, yeah, you can bail. If something sucks, you can bail. That's
Yeah.
why I always buy physical copies of games, because if it sucks, then you can bail. You can trade it in, you give it to a friend or whatever. But like, yeah, bail if something sucks, and
Okay.
try and find stuff. Listen to our podcast, and we'll let you. We'll tell you what to play.
Well, that's why I haven't been playing games. All right,
The
thank you
Evil
very
West
much,
is
guys.
really good.
Yeah, you're playing Evil West at the
yeah,
moment.
if you want a cowboy who shoots vampires, Evil West. Very good game.
All right. Well, have a good weekend, guys.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey.
Hey, GeoWiv is my number podcast. I don't remember podcasts as well, gay, but I couldn't resist
Diagwith.
say hi as in Irish.
Gurv Mahagut.
Tafalchiru.
Whoa.
Good tubbin.
Yeah, no, I'm currently like at the A2 level in my education. So
You're Irish, your Oscuelga is Carcalor.
good. So my question is kind of related. Actually, sorry, I had a comment first. I was heartbroken during Game of the Year that you didn't finish Signalis. I love that so much, but if it doesn't catch your interest, it doesn't catch your interest. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it seems like a shit game. No, it seems cool. It does seem cool. That was one of the things I was really regretting not like having played more of. But I will. I promise I will.
It was a really good, like, I promised you guys. I'm like, he did it. I didn't finish.
Oh, I'll always
It
fail
was-
you.
It was a great bit.
Oni really likes Signalis, don't you?
No.
It's meant to be good. I really want to play it, but I'll play it sometime.
I thought, like, for an 8-hour game, it was, like, long enough to like, binge it and stuff. Anyway, sorry. My question was kind of related to the Irish. If there seems to be some like Irish influence on like video games, but if there's like a game focused on like Ireland, what kind of game would you like that to be?
Oh, the one I was thinking about is a survival horror in the Magdalen laundries.
Oh my god.
Now, this would be super offensive. They would need to know the source material because like it is going to be controversial. But if they did it right, it would be so fucking scary.
It would
Like,
be a good basis for a Silent Hill.
Yeah,
like
totally,
something that
totally.
wanted to take trauma, like, and cultural trauma.
Okay, hang on 1 minute.
What did you take psychic damage?
Sorry, I'm still thinking about Signalis. I just interrupted the whole podcast. I'm so sorry.
No, see, he's also raised Catholic, so we all have like,
yeah.
it's got to have like weird Catholic energy to be like a
Right.
survival horror Irish game.
I felt guilty just listening to what they were saying, you know?
All right.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, can you hear me? I don't talk loud.
Yeah, we can hear
Yeah,
you.
you sound great.
So over the past couple years, I've been revisiting stuff from my childhood with my newly formed adult brain. I'm 19, so, and I realized there's some stuff from my childhood that just got completely wrong. Like I listened to Demon Days by Girls, and I'm like, this is not about what I thought it was. Is there stuff you were exposed to, like, as a child that
So stuff we like appreciated as a
Yeah.
child, but then went back and realized that it was wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Not
think
like wrong, but like you have a different take.
Yeah, like stuff that's deeper now.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of something simple.
I mean, I like a classic one for boys is Fight Club. It's like, like I remember watching
Club
Fight
is the
Club
gift that
as a
keeps on
teenager and
giving.
being like, so we doing this? You know? So definitely that one. I think Cowboy Bebop gets like just sadder. Like when I watched it, I was like, cool, 23 episodes of hijinks, and then that last episode was a bit weird. And then you watch it now, and it's like, oh no, it's always about the sad stuff, and it's so affecting and really beautiful. I love that show.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
I rewatched Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon recently, and like that movie's brilliant anyway. But I did not realize how like it's a very feminist movie, and it's and it has only gotten better with time, and it's definitely worth a rewatch. But at the time I saw it, and I was just like, cool. Like this is, I don't know, like I didn't know what to think of it. I just thought it was aesthetically brilliant, and just rewatching it again as an adult, I was just like, this has a strong feminist message that I don't think has diluted over time, and is brilliant and worth a rewatch. Go watch it.
I saw Boogie Nights again in the cinema recently. It was some 25th anniversary screening. I first saw that movie when I was 11 at a friend's house, and I watched it as an adult now, and I'm like, wow, this is really mature stuff. I watched this as a child, and it went over my head. No, that's not. I can't think of anything else.
I think you're always reassessing media.
Yeah,
like
totally.
I reassess Evangelion every time I get high.
Thank you.
I'll also say, like, it's always worth rewatching something, even if you loved it or even if you hated it. Like, so many years later, you're at a different point in your life. Like,
it's so much fun.
You'll get something out of it, whether it's hatred or whether it's love.
Totally.
I hit that with Nier Automata recently. I didn't like that game when I played it, but now it's okay. So thank you.
We've got time for about maybe 3 or 4 more questions.
We will be doing like a little meetup afterwards.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Hi, so I didn't have a personal question, but my friend wanted me to ask the question, and I quote, who's the best JoJo and why is it Jolene? And then proceeded to tell me to duck to dodge any tomatoes for even asking that question.
Jolene's cool.
She's the best.
Jolene.
She is the best.
Yeah,
I do think Part 8 Josuke is my favorite, though.
Joseph. I love Joseph.
Of course. Thank you.
Hi guys, my name's Justin from New York. I had 2 questions. First one's a quick one for John.
Yep.
What is your favorite BJJ move? I'm very partial to triangles.
No, I'm partial to an old side control Americana myself.
This is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu they're talking about.
Is that what we were talking about?
Yeah. BJJ is a different. No, never. Yeah.
My second question was about just creating things, and like, do you ever find yourself getting stuck at like the 80-90% mark and just feeling like you want to throw something away? And if you
Dude, that's every important project you'll ever work on. Everything looks like shit at 89%, and you just have to trick yourself into finishing it because it'll be worth the experience. But then you'll finish it and be like, this actually isn't that bad.
So
you
you
still
just
won't
push
like
through?
it, but it won't be that bad.
Okay, appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Do you guys have any answers to that question?
No, I think that's a really good answer. Like, we don't like our podcast, but people like it. So
I like it, Brian.
John listens to us.
Yeah.
You. Unfortunately, you have to listen to us.
You get paid to.
I get paid to listen.
Yeah.
How long will Elden Ring's first big DLC have to be for it to count as Game of the Year for 2023?
Okay. I think DLC. Okay. DLC for me as a standalone game needs to come out on a disc like Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon.
Or like Xenoblade 2, Torn of the Golden Country.
It needs new artwork,
Yeah.
and a physical release.
And I think the Elden Ring DLC will ask you to put in the disc of Elden Ring, so it is DLC.
Do you even fucking like that deal? Like, you never talked about it the entire year.
I did.
Oh,
It was-
Outriders and the fucking Golden Waterfall. Or like, how does that get on there?
It's
Outriders
for
World
Hero,
It's
beautiful.
Whatever.
It has a standalone disc.
Next question.
Thank you, Neve, Brian, and Joho.
So, John, my buddy's like a compulsive liar as a joke. Is it true that you made that Hunter x Hunter video to spite Wooly?
Well, not to spite Wooly.
Okay, before he knew Wooly, he was like, that guy sucks.
Yeah, no, I've told Wooly this.
Yeah, he was mad.
Yeah, no. I heard Wooly go off on Hunter x Hunter on the Best Friends podcast, and I was like, well, I'll show him. And I always remember like the first time I kind of met Wooly at like a Screenwave party. I was like, you actually played a part in one of the videos I made. And he was like, no way, which one? He takes out his phone and he starts scrolling down. And I'm like, all the way to the bottom. And then he looks at me and he's like, this is your first video? And I go, yeah. And then he looks down at this. And I'll never forget, he just goes like. And at that moment, I was like, okay, me and this guy are either about to become friends or he's going to get a restraining order. Turns out it was both.
Okay, one more quick question and that's
I'm going to make this super quick so someone behind me can go. I just want to show you my
Whoa.
shirt. I messaged you on Discord about this. My
That's so
partner
cool.
made this shirt.
Can you show it to everyone? This is Leslie Bestington. Thank you. Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, we'll get you guys outside.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.